Um, uh, सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Warm welcome, dear friends, once again. And I would like to first go down to my parents and my guru, my spirit guides and my angels, and my masters, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi, for all their blessings and grace upon me. So, thank you so much for being here today, friends. And I would like all of you to, if you can, please let your video be on so that it becomes a good interactive session for all of us. And you can stay muted until if it is required to. So let me start. Let me start with this scene. You know, I was on a platform, and it was a railway station, and I was with my daughter who was 3 years old, and I spread a bedsheet on the platform, and I and my daughter were, like, resting on the bedsheet and bedding, and then people start coming up on the platform, and then they feel that since we are, kind of resting over there, ladies compartment will come there, and it was like a local train situation. So then the train comes, and then the compartment, like the coach that comes in front of us, was a gents compartment, and gents starts to climb down. Now these ladies who were waiting around me, they felt that, oh my god, the ladies coach is like, it's not the ladies compartment. So they kind of rushed towards the ladies compartment, which was luckily just next to the gents compartment where I was there with my bed cover and bed sheet. Now I felt that they felt, all the ladies, that I disappointed them because they trusted me, and I was like, yeah, I don't even know them, and I didn't even kind of signal them that the ladies coach is going to come here. So then I was like, okay, anyways, what can I do, because they have already moved, and go to where they wanted to go. So then I asked my daughter to get up, and then I lift my bed cover, and then I kind of slide it down, pull it off, and I go near the ladies compartment, in front of the ladies compartment platform. I spread the bed cover there, and then again I rest, and then the scene ends. Now this is what the dream that I get a few days back. Now what do I do with this dream? I mean, it's such an abstract dream, such a weird dream. My daughter is 14-year-old, but in my dream, she comes at 3 years old, daughter. And I'm on the railway platform and trying to, kind of rest and sleep, spreading my bedsheet. So this kind of abstract dream happened. Now, when we get this kind of dream, there are either nightmares, or this abstract or weird or completely without head and tail. What do we do with our dreams? Now like the metaphor that comes in my mind is like, if when we have a chocolate, and after having the chocolate, what do? We kind of, just kind of and then put it in the dustbin. But then there is one more way to deal with this wrapper. You know what is that way? One more way is to create something like this or something like this. Can you see this dancing Sufi in this? So similarly, the dreams, that either we just kind of, show it off. Okay, something like this, it must have happened. It has nothing to do with my present life. And we just kind of put it in the corner. But there is a way, there is a way to understand that, okay, even I can really have some meaning coming out of my dream. But if I know how to, if I have a skill, how to do this. So friends, this is exactly what we are going to have today, because our guest today is a master in going to help us know how do we really understand our dreams, because there is a science that says that our dreams are a guide for everything that is happening in our life. It's just that because the language is so symbolic, we tend to dismiss them because we don't understand the language that the dream is trying to convey. So the guest that we have today, friends, is the expert. I call her Doctor of Dreams, and I welcome her. Her name is Professor Harita Nayak. So Harita ji, I warmly welcome you, and it's so great to have you on this platform today. This is the first episode of this talk show, and not only that, we're going to learn from your work, but we are really excited. I'm really excited to go through the journey that you have gone through in your life and where you have reached today. So I warmly welcome you, and I have something really interesting for you. So I'm going to do that now. In order to invite you, I have this. So let me just first introduce Harita ji to all of us. Harita ji, she's an expert in dream analysis and decoding Indian spirituality symbolically. She has been associated with UCM teachings and research center as a teacher and director for more than 10 years. Her inner calling since beginning led her to help others with wisdom. And I'm really interested to really stretch on this point, that how did this happen? And in her own words, it is the knowledge that is the best gift to uplift humanity. And what can be greater than the knowledge that reveals our inner truth? Wow. She works tirelessly on this life mission to help as many people as possible, along with her husband, Professor Santosh Nayak ji. So really looking forward to know about this UCM and your life purpose and the mission that you are on, Harita ji. So are you set for it?
Yes, thank you for the very warm welcome actually, Urvi ji, with the music and everything. So,
Yeah,
yes.
I thought let us make the evening little musical. And I know you enjoy it. Yes. So, can I just pin you so that both of us, yes. Is it good, Shruti ji? It's good? Yeah, because I'll be asking the question and or how do we do this? Is it okay like right now? Yeah. Or if I can just do one more thing, I can just unpin both of us and that also will work, I guess.
You both are very beautifully appearing on the screen.
Yeah. So actually now I have unpinned myself, so I don't know where am I.
Okay.
Okay, I got myself. Okay.
No, you're very well there. You can start the session.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes, Harita ji. So let us start. Let us start with your childhood. So, Harita ji.
Yes.
Where are you?
I am able to see you.
Yeah, but I guess we are not able to see you, right, Shruti ji?
Shruti,
So I'll have to, yeah. Shruti ji,
Both
can
of
you
you-
just pin her? Yeah, can you
Yeah,
please
yeah.
pin
I
her?
can see both of you as pinned participants. I'm sure others are also able to see you.
Fine. So, no, but I am not able to see Harita ji. Harita ji?
Yeah, we are able to see all of you, those who whosoever is talking, we are able to see.
Yes.
Hello, Ma. Welcome to you. Yes, Harita ji. So let us start with your childhood.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
of course, firstly, the beautiful introduction that you gave about dreams. One thing I would like to say here that the whole creation, in fact, is the dream of God. And we all are living in the dream of God. What this ऐसे इसीलिए हम कहते हैं ना इंडिया में कि जो हम सोच रहे हैं कि जो सत्य है वो ही एक्चुअली मिथ्या है और जिस दिन शरीर छोड़ने के बाद हमारी आंखें एक्चुअली खुलती हैं और तब हमें जो एहसास होता है वो सत्य है. So this is why for every single person, the life that we are living is the longest dream that we see. There are dreams which we receive at night, but our life itself is a dream, and all of us are small, small dreams in the collective dream of God, because God is dreaming us. This is how we are part of God. And the day God wakes up, this creation gets again, dismantled to start again. Just like how we sleep every night, we receive a dream, we get up the next day, and then sleep again to have another dream. इसीलिए सृष्टि का जो निर्माण है वो होता है, बनता है, बिगड़ता है. We all talk about, ब्रह्मा, विष्णु, महेश. This is exactly that. जो उत्पन्न हुआ है वो समाप्त भी होगा.
So it's like a cyclical movement that we are
It's a
aware
cycle.
about, right?
Yes.
The way it
Yes.
is happening with us
Mhm.
individually is how the universe has designed itself.
Yes.
So we are a part
Yes.
of that universe.
So what we live actually at our individual level is exactly what God is living at the collective level, at the universal level.
Right.
So we are not separate from Him. It's just that we need to realize God's nature, and we do it by realizing our own nature.
Yes.
Usually we don't realize it. और हम जब आध्यात्मिक हो जाते हैं, जब spiritual हो जाते हैं, it's all about recognizing that nature. Or in my life, I have experienced that dreams is the best way to understand our true nature
Yes.
and to understand God's nature, to feel that oneness eventually.
Yes. And we are going to go there. Like this is the crux of what you've already told about your life and in fact everything. And we are going to go there. But before that,
Yes.
I want to start with your childhood. Tell us about your
So
childhood.
these were the things I was thinking in my childhood.
And how old were you when you were thinking all these things?
My parents tell me that I used to always sit in the lotus pose, and the earliest memory of myself that I have when I used to go and sleep, maybe when I was 3 or 4, I used to focus on my third eye, and I used to believe that, oh, this body, this whole creation is not a reality. The truth is hidden, here somewhere. So this quest was already there from my childhood, and I've been blessed with a very good family. My grandfather, that's the earliest memory of the spiritual work that I have when I was 2 years or 2.5 years. I remember him teaching me Gayatri Mantra, और हर रात को सोने से पहले we both used to chant Gayatri Mantra. There were several other mantras also that he had taught, and I used to receive a lot of dreams, but I didn't know at that time that these dreams are coming because I'm chanting. You see, that makes it extraordinary. हम जब मंत्र का उच्चारण करते हैं, चाहे वो बच्चा है या बड़ा है, it is intended to bring more focus, more concentration, spiritually speaking, on our third eye. This is why in all traditions we do certain kinds of chanting, and when the focus is there on this inner eye, naturally you go within in your unconscious, and unconscious is all about who you are, and it is revealed through the dreams. तो बचपन से ही मुझे ड्रीम्स बहुत आते थे, और मुझे याद है कि जो मुझे पहला गिफ्ट भी मिला था, तो मेरे दादाजी के एक फ्रेंड थे, उन्होंने एक कंसाइज वर्जन ऑफ वेद मुझे दिया था. So it began quite early in my childhood, and this the spiritual essence, we can say, was coming from other lives. That's why I had a grandparent like that. जब मैं अपने नानी जी के घर भी जाती थी, तो at 4 o'clock in the morning I would hear her reciting Ramayana. So this is how the foundation of spirituality was getting laid. और मुझे हमेशा क्यूरियोसिटी ये तो होती थी कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी क्या है, रिलीजन क्या है, क्योंकि कई बार हम जब मंदिर जाते हैं या अपने घर में भी इंसान जब परेशान होता है तो हम देखते हैं वो भगवान की पूजा कर रहे हैं या प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं। तो मैंने अपनी नानी से एक बार ये पूछा था कि हम जब पूजा करते हैं तो हमें मांगना क्या चाहिए, क्योंकि देयर कैन बी सो मेनी थिंग्स, यू नो, अ चाइल्ड कैन आस्क फॉर गुड ग्रेड्स, adults can ask for financial security etc. तो मैंने उनसे ये पूछा था कि हमें क्या मांगना चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं उनको बहुत एक एडवांस्ड पर्सन की तरह परसीव करती थी, मेरी नानी को। तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि जीवन में हमें जो कुछ आगे बढ़ने के लिए, आध्यात्मिक तरीके से आगे बढ़ने के लिए जो कुछ चाहिए, वो जीवन में सब कुछ है, अच्छाई बुराई के रूप में। अगर हमें भगवान से मांगना है तो बस ये मांगना है कि जब मेरे जीवन में कठिनाइयां आए तो मुझे स्ट्रेंथ रहे उनको फेस करने का। So you should always ask only the strength to go through your life program with determination. That's all that you should ask for God, because God has already designed your life in a meticulous way that will eventually lead you to develop qualities.
Wow.
So,
Please go ahead. Yes.
and my parents are advocates, और वो बताते हैं, तब मुझे समझ नहीं आया था, अब मैं समझती हूँ कि जब मेरे डैडी ने बताया था, हमेशा वो मजाक में भी कहते थे जब तुम पैदा हुई थी तो इतनी सी थी, ऐसा मुझे हमेशा कहते थे। एंड ही यूज्ड टू टेल मी दैट व्हेन ही वुड पुट मी, पालना होता है ना जो बच्चों का, व्हेन ही वुड पुट मी इन दैट, तो उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए ही यूज्ड टू कीप लॉ बुक्स। So imagine if it is a dream, you have a baby, and to balance the baby, you need not the weights, you need law books. It was like a program. If you receive a dream like that, because a dream is also life is also a dream. So symbolically, it means that the life program will be based on balancing your existence with divine laws.
Interesting.
So the law that you see on earth symbolically also gives you a program to live your life with divine laws. जैसे हम लॉ ऑफ reincarnation की बात करते हैं, हम लॉ ऑफ कर्मा की बात करते हैं, लॉ ऑफ रेजोनेंस की बात करते हैं, तो इसमें यही मीनिंग हुआ कि आपके जीवन का ही प्रोग्राम है, ये आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा अपने जीवन में डिवाइन लॉज को उतारना पड़ेगा। So this was the kind of early childhood that I had, and I was always surrounded with good teachers, good friends also. और जीवन में तो सभी के ups and downs तो सभी के life में आते हैं, and so did I have. But on the plus side, because these seeds were sown quite early, so I never found my life to be as difficult. But I can tell you that if I describe the problems of my life, then you would say, आपके जीवन में कौन सी परेशानी नहीं आई और आप उसको आसान कह रहे हो? But it's just the perception,
Yes,
the way
yes,
you see
yes.
your life.
Absolutely. In fact, you have raised a few very beautiful points and concepts right now, and we will go on that. Like first thing that you said, that you always had this curiosity about what is life, what should we ask in our prayers, and as we already know, कि जब हमारे आत्मा हमने the work that we've done in our past lives, when those work has been really like, you know, it's good work, good sadhana की होती है, we come in a conducive environment where, you know, where spiritual growth is like a very easy and smooth.
No, I will interrupt you here. The spiritual journey will not be easy if you have done sadhana in your past life, because you would be given karmic openings, which will come as ordeals and challenges in your life.
But you had grandparents who were supportive of that. That's what I meant, you know. Of course, spiritual journey is always like, because you will open up your prarabdha, and prarabdha is just to make you learn things, right? So we are going there slowly and surely. But yes, so you had grandparents who would put that seed in you, right? And but you are saying that आपको तभी से इतने सारे ड्रीम्स आते थे, बट आपको पता नहीं था. इनफैक्ट यू वर डूइंग मंत्र जाप्स एंड ऑल, एंड दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट दैट वी आर गेटिंग ओवर हियर, इज दैट कि व्हेन वी आर पुटिंग आवरसेल्फ इनटू आवर ओन क्रियास, आवर ओन रिलीजन, एंड विद आवर हार्ट, आवर मंत्रास, जपा तपा, जो भी हम पाथ पे चल रहे हैं, तब हमारी अनकॉन्शियस ओपन अप होती है, और वो ऑलवेज प्लेजेंट नहीं होती है, वो ज्यादा बाहर आती है. एंड देन वी फील दैट व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग टू मी. आई एम डूइंग सो मच ऑफ dharma, I am doing so much of, but it's the way we are perceiving. We have to know that whatever is happening is for our good, and we have to just decode that for ourselves and know what is it that is left for us to learn. So that's also a very interesting point that you have come. And now that we have a mixed crowd today over here, and yes, we all believe in law of karma and reincarnation, and but yes, we will go to that through the dreams later on. So आपके life में थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं. So this is how your childhood was, and then you were also saying that you had every kind of difficulties that comes to you, but you were always seeing dreams as a child, and you would pay attention to that, right? And then your journey goes ahead. Then so later on, what unfolds for you? Like like when you go to school, what kind of how does that happen to you in terms of you have a certain kind of already spiritual seeds happening in your heart, and now the school environment is usually not that, right? That they don't support all this. So how the things proceeds for you then?
Hmm. Well, again, I would say I was blessed to have a very good school who had this spiritual lesson. I'm from Dehradun. Dehradun abhi to capital hai Uttarakhand ka, but I'm talking of the time when it was not the capital city. It was still a small Himalayan town. And as we all know, जिसको हम दिव्य भूमि कहते हैं ना उत्तराखंड को, तो स्पिरिचुअल तरीके से बात करना आपस में इतना अनकॉमन नहीं है, वहां पर नहीं था उस वक्त तो. लेकिन हाँ, जब हमारी जो एक जर्नी अंतरात्मा में जो चलती है, और आप जब स्कूल जाते हो, यू आर स्टडिंग साइंस, यू आर स्टडिंग डिफरेंट अदर सब्जेक्ट्स, और हर तरह के स्टूडेंट्स भी साथ होते हैं. सो it's not always exactly what you feel inside versus what you see happening on the outside. That is true. और लेकिन ये है कि सेंसिटिविटी जब ज्यादा होती है, क्योंकि यूजुअली हम जब मंत्रा करते हैं, हम जब मेडिटेट करते हैं, कभी भी, जैसे मैं बचपन में भी कर रही थी, तो उस वक्त भले ही मुझे नहीं पता था, बट आई कैन रिकॉल कि वो सेंसिटिविटी तो डेवलप हो ही रही थी, वो तो अनफोल्ड हो ही रही थी. सो इट वॉज वेरी इजी फॉर मी टू परसीव वॉट अदर्स वर थिंकिंग. कभी कभी मुझे टीचर्स से जब बात करती थी, तो आई वुड सी कलर्स अराउंड देम. Sometimes certain symbols would come to my mind, but I didn't know it is called aura. मुझे तब नहीं पता था ये aura है. कई बार मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि सबको दिखता होगा. मेरा परसेप्शन ये भी था, क्योंकि मैंने किसी से पूछा नहीं ना कि आपको क्या दिख रहा है वर्सेस मुझे क्या दिख रहा है. लेकिन सेंसिटिविटी हमेशा से थी, और मैं, जैसे मैंने कहा कि मेरे स्कूलिंग में भी मेरे टीचर्स का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है, क्योंकि मेरे जो डिफरेंट मैथमेटिक्स के भी अगर टीचर थे या इंग्लिश के भी अगर टीचर थे, दे वर ऑलवेज ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग स्पिरिचुअल एंगल विदाउट यूजिंग द वर्ड स्पिरिचुअल, but they were always taking us in depth about what life really is. So that way, yeah, it was interesting for me, my childhood at school also.
And you kept it alive. Matlab, for you, this is how the life perception for everybody, not just you. And this was
Yes.
how the life unfolded for you, where
Yes.
you would see the symbols. So and you are right, and you are saying that later on in my life I realized that 1+1, this is how it happens. So so as you kind of when did you really start understanding that, okay, what is it that is your path? I mean, you always did you knew that this is where I'm going to go to in my life, where you are today? How did that unfold, that
So,
unfolding happen?
Urvi ji, interestingly, I didn't ever knew that I would be on a profound spiritual journey with the mission to sow the seeds of dharma as Santosh and I do it. I never knew it actually in the beginning. और जैसे सभी फैमिलीज में होता है, हम लोग मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से जैसे आते हैं, so you are explained by your parents also, study mathematics, study science, and you do your courses to get a good job, etc. तो मेरी जर्नी भी ऐसे चल रही थी. हालांकि मेरी मदर और मेरी सिस्टर वो फिर भी स्पिरिचुअली ज्यादा एक्सप्रेसिव थी, इन द सेंस कि मैं काफी अपनी, जब मैं टीनेज में ही थी, तो माय मदर वाज ऑलरेडी मेडिटेटिंग. and my sister was also interested, but मेरा mindset ऐसा था मुझे मत बोलो meditate करने के लिए, या
Oh,
मुझे लगता था कि हाँ मतलब I'm spiritual in my own way, लेकिन I was not getting interested to meditate, which of course I understood later also. So till the time my studies were happening, and till the time my first job was in Bangalore with Times of India, till that time I can say I experienced a life as it should happen with any ordinary person. You want to have a career, you want to earn money, you want to find a good life partner, you would like to own one day things in matter also. And I was experiencing the challenges which a student would face, a teenager would face, a youngster would face. And at work also I was experiencing all kind of challenges, and I can say that these challenges were the real uplifting points for me to one day actually become spiritual in a more incarnated way.
Can you explain that? Like, can you just
Yes.
elaborate on that?
Imagine that, imagine a person who is spiritual but has not done job, who has not lived the life of a teenager, who has not lived the challenges of a young woman. Then one day when people meet you, when you are spiritual, when you are a teacher, but people come and talk to you about their teenage problem, about their sexuality problem, relationship problems, and they talk about their work problem, you will only be able to understand them intellectually because you have not gone through it. So actually, this is why I say that the real seeds of depth of spirituality were actually sown in me when I lived a life which is called ordinary, but actually that makes this experience of spirituality for me extraordinary. Today, of course, I have intuition, of course, I can sense people, but Urviji, I can tell you that with all the experiences, this is why I said that I have lived all kind of challenges in my life, and I'm very thankful to God, because now in my work I meet around the world people coming up with different kinds of problems, and it's so easy for me to put myself in their shoes because I have lived that in this life also. Even if, let's imagine, couple relationship problem. So with the grace of God, I have a beautiful couple. But I always share in my programs also that when I got married for Santosh and I can say through my perception, I had difficulties also for 1 year, due to which I can understand when couples talk to me about their problems now. I have experienced the difficulties in the couple of my parents, and I can understand when people say to me that they have been living a married life for 10 years, 15 years with certain challenges and certain difficulties. I understand that. But imagine if I was not married, if I was not in love with Santosh, how can I express, how can I teach people to be in love? How can I motivate people to create a beautiful couple if I was not myself doing a work on my own couple? It's beautiful, last week I was in Vietnam for the programs, and the theme they had chosen for Santosh and I to talk about was how to become a divine couple after marriage. It was so touching for me because indeed it's the married people around the world who are experiencing a challenge to create a divine couple. Before you get married, like we teach in UCM, you should ask for a dream. But then people say, okay, I did not ask for a dream. Now I'm married. Now what do I do? So this is how I can say that these were the seeds of actual spirituality that makes me incarnated in what we do. And when I saw Santosh the first time, so the day I joined Times of India, the first day, the first person to enter the office in a red jacket, not in a white jacket, you see? So in a red jacket, very incarnated personality, very passionate, was Santosh. And there was a voice in my ear that you're going to live your life with him and you're going to evolve together.
Wow.
So we could say that it was a profound period of opening for me as soon as I met Santosh in my life. Because what you say, the spiritual programs, the spiritual trainings, and decoding of dreams, etc., etc. All that happened after meeting Santosh.
No, in fact,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful revelation. In fact, that we feel that, all these things that we go through in life, it's also programmed for us, so that whatever we are in making, this all will kind of, these experiences that will come to us. And husband and wife, they say they are like complementary, because that's how we mirror each other. And that's how we have to learn our lessons. And and the spiritual person will know about it, and they will do it with grace. So now you just spoke about that inner voice, and that is something that we are going to lead you now to, that this inner voice. So you were living a life which any normal like a person who would inspire, like who would be aspired to be doing, because they have to earn, they have to make a family, they have to do whatever they have to, they have to first settle in their safe and protection, right? So that was on, and then you were also aware about your own spirituality, and then your interest and your seeds were already there. And then now you are talking about this inner voices. So this is a very interesting thing that is coming over here. So have you like have you been getting these voices? And of course these voices are usually not in line with our day-to-day living, our ordinary life, that because it's the intentions are different. So how did you balance that? And when did this, and did whatever you are now today, those inner voices happened, and what stage it happened, and you took up that path?
Yes, yes, very beautiful question. And indeed, with time, these voices started to increase also, because more Santosh and I continued in our professional life, and more I was feeling that, you know, for me, money is doesn't. I'm a very simple person, Urviji. Those
It's
who know
I
me,
know.
you
I
know.
would call you Sant. In I mean I've met you. I know.
So, yeah, as a woman, when we want to think of buying things, etc., I have no such likes. Since my childhood, I've never purchased a piece of jewelry in my life, and the cottons that we wear, etc., and I love them. So the money, the more you go in the career, and more money is coming in. But for me, I was only working, and I don't even spend a rupee, because I don't have any, इसको कहते हैं ना शौक होना, ये socializing है, ये कुछ था नहीं. And the best company that enjoy is my husband, and same for him. So we are together. He is also very simple. We used to travel, etc. You know, लेकिन these voices were increasing in my head that there is something else that you're supposed to do. With time, it was increasing, and I remember by year 2010, it had increased a lot, and I used to share it with Santosh that I don't know what my purpose is. These voices keep coming, and surprisingly, the dreams of UFOs were coming a lot. I would see UFOs landing, white UFOs that are coming to Earth. So even though I didn't know exactly the meaning of my dreams, but I could experience that my dreams were changing. In the past, the dreams were related more about, my work colleagues or my parents, and now the dreams are more about the celestial beings, etc., and I was not able to understand. So Santosh advised me that, okay, what do you think about what you want to do. But I came to a point, these voices became so much that I had to find out what I'm supposed to do really in this life, because for sure I knew my life is not about earning money, because ऐसा कुछ materialistic desires कुछ है भी नहीं हमारे. And Santosh was also doing well. And then I spoke to my manager in my office. They gave me a sabbatical for a month. उन्होंने बोला आप जाओ सोचो लेकिन वापस आ जाना. And my husband had a little worry. उन्होंने सब मेरे ऑफिस में भी लोगों ने बोला हरिता हमें डर है कहीं तुम साधु ना बन जाओ. मेरे हस्बैंड ने भी घर पे यही बोला कि ठीक है तुम जाओ, क्योंकि मैंने एक योगा आश्रम, मैंने ऋषिकेश जाने का डिसाइड किया. और उन्होंने कहा संतोष ने कि आप जाओ लेकिन मेरी मम्मी तुम्हारे साथ जाएंगी. सो ही वांटेड टू इंश्योर माय कमिंग बैक.
Is there somebody to pull you back?
एंड इवन दो आई वाज नॉट फीलिंग कि मैं कभी वापस ना आऊं, लेकिन हाँ, people around me, they were feeling. I went there, got some answers, not everything. Then I went to Vipassana. Somebody suggested me to go to Vipassana, and that really, really opened up a lot for me, because most of my out of body experiences, most of my experiences about presence of energies around, in those 10 days, it was happening every day, all of a sudden. Then I came back and I told Santosh कि मुझे अभी भी नहीं पता है कि मुझे मेरा पर्पस क्या है लाइफ का एग्जैक्टली लेकिन हाँ मुझे ये क्लैरिटी आ रही है कि करियर की मुझे शायद मनी की पाथ पे जाने की शायद जरूरत नहीं है. And that night I really meditated a lot. And next day when I went to the office, all of a sudden my role was changed, more money, more sudden promotion was given. And I took it as a sign and I said to God, I don't want to leave my husband in the middle of the loan because we had purchased a house. I know there is a meaning of this promotion and I respect it. And let's see, because you have given me so much and I will take my time. तो एक साल में सडनली जो लोन 10 साल में चुकना होता है ना उर्वी जी, मेरी सैलरी प्लस देवर सो मेनी हिडन इंसेंटिव्स, एक साल में मेरा लोन कंप्लीट हो गया. सो माय हस्बैंड एंड आई वर बर्डन फ्री ऑफ एनी फाइनेंशियल ऑब्लिगेशंस. And then I said to my husband, I think now God has really made us free because there is definitely something else for our lives. That was a turning point for me. I spoke to my manager and I left the corporate career with a great success, of course, because it was on a happy note. And I was meditating each day for many hours for 1 year.
To understand the life purpose.
Just meditating, just to know. Santosh would go to his office and, I was doing my whatever was required, and most of the time was intense meditation. And I remember I had become like a skeleton also. My sister arrived and she called my mother, something is wrong with my sister. She's not even able to have water. So this was kind of a opening, usually, which we talk about turning point. And this happened, and then I received one day a dream. And there was a man and a woman, and he said, I'm Dr. Newton, she's my wife, Dr. Lakshmi, and there was a 7 years old girl. He said, this is a Himalayan master with us. Harita, it's time to wake up and get up. Next day I Googled about him. That's how I came to know about past life regression. So if I talk about a course, which I did. That was my first course. It was in year 2011 to 2012, middle of, something like that. और वो complete करने के बाद, that was another experience, Dr. Newton, huge openings and very profound experiences happened, and I spoke with him also. I started to do my case studies, as you know, we all do to become a certified therapist. And when I completed my exam, I returned after giving my exam with Dr. Newton in beginning 2013. And in the sessions, I had received a message that things will unfold in the month of October. I was sitting in my room, so Santosh and I were assisting the global conference in Pyramid Valley, and I was making a presentation to be done. Then I heard a voice again in my ear, please come out, it's time. So I said, okay, I will follow the voice. I closed my laptop and I went out, and the two people I saw were Kaya and Christian. And the first thing that I said to them was, how can I help you? You see, and I didn't know at that time that it was my life program. And I spoke with them and I sat with them sharing my nightmares since my childhood. And they gave me the meaning. That night I received a very profound dream. I saw a guide who was completing those nightmares, explaining those nightmares profoundly. And after that night, those nightmares never came back. That was another huge turning point in my life. And after Kai and Christian left, I received after a few days a big courier which had all the UCM books, almost 9-10 of them. That was a very profound gift in my life. They had sent to me. I didn't know why it was happening. And I received an email also the same day from Christian. I was surprised. Kai and Christian, we all revere them so much. And Christian is writing to me and she said, you are my soul sister, my soul daughter, Harita. And I will be very happy to accompany you in your journey, and don't hesitate to share your dreams when you need guidance with me. And that's how my UCM journey began, and it has gone profound and profound and profound each year from 2013, and we are in 2023 today, Urviji.
10 years.
And I can tell you that we always talk about witnessing the transformation in people, the metamorphosis in people. First and foremost, I am my own witness.
Yes.
I have seen myself.
Yes, yes,
I know who I was. I know what I have become, and I also know through my dreams what is in store for my future also. This is really, really touching, and I am my own testimony. What can happen when you start to decode your dreams?
In fact, now that we have this Kaya and Christine coming up with UCM, so let me just let our audience know that she is a part of UCM and she is a teacher with them, and UCM is symbolic, demystifying dreams through symbols. So we will, Dr. Haritha ji will tell us about that at a later stage. So Haritha ji, so what is happening in your life is that you started receiving more and more inner voices, and this is really an interesting thing for us to understand, that all of us, when we meditate or when we are aligned with our inner journey, we start receiving, because there is a purpose that why we have come on this planet Earth.
Yes.
And until we are not aligned with that, whatever we are doing in our life, how much ever success that we get, material success, other success, intellectual success, but we still feel something is incomplete. And that incomplete sense and this dissatisfaction puts us on the seeking that, okay, I need to know where am I, where I should be going, because there is no satisfaction that is happening. So this is such an important and beautiful message for us, that we keep receiving, our life keeps guiding us to our path by the symbolic, by synchronicities, by inner voices, by inner wisdoms. We meet a person, or we meet a book, or we meet a quote, and then we are like, it makes sense to me, and you can't logically explain that. And so this is how you have your life unfolds from whatever was you doing in your life, and what was the soul path that you were supposed to be taking on further. And your dreams really helps. And I also remember that even as a child, you were always interested in dreams. You never realized that it would be your future, and you had bought some books. You remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you just tell us about that? Because that was so interesting for me.
Yeah, anything that would happen in the day, and I would start receiving dreams. So, whenever I would go on a bookstore, I would look for books on dreams. और मुझे याद है एक वाइट कलर की बुक मुझे मिली एक बार, सपनों का रहस्य उसका नाम था, ऋषिकेश में, क्योंकि देहरादून से ऋषिकेश पास है, तो वी यूज्ड टू गो एंड आई यूज्ड टू रीड इट अ लॉट. मुझे बाय हार्ट याद हो गए थे उन ड्रीम्स के मीनिंग. And the quest was continuing, and then I remember I used when I was I stayed in Delhi for a few years also in my journey, and I remember again visiting a bookstore, and I found 2000 years old book of Egyptians on dreams. So this quest was always there, and yeah, the books were also coming.
And yeah, so this again, see how you are actually attracting that, because that was your life path. So it's so important for us to know that if we are feeling in our life something is amiss, and if we are getting signals, because life would not give you the language that we are aware about. Life will always put up a symbolic language, synchronicities. And then when we really respect those synchronicities and catch hold on them, you are guided to your path. We are guided on our paths. So I have a question. You've already shared. So is following our synchronic messages that we receive from the life, or the inner voices that guides us, is it always a pleasant journey? What are the challenges?
It's a magical journey. The life becomes multidimensional. the life becomes magical. And I can tell you that we are always synchronized. We are actually never out of synchrony. It's us who feel this way when things are not going the way we want. But if you can trust the divine program, if you trust the divine will, you will one day realize that you're always in the right place. You're always in the right place in your life. You see? So even if you are in a relationship, but it's not working for you, still it is well synchronized for you, because this is meant to help you grow up when it comes to handling the relationships. So I can say that synchronicities are always there. We are always surrounded by signs also, but the unfolding happens only when we seek like a child. When we become open, when we become receptive, when we become a good listener, that's when we start to remember the signs. Like some people say that I don't remember dreams. But actually, we all dream. It's a natural phenomena. When we go to sleep at night, the unconscious is bound to open. The logical mind is bound to take a back seat. So we do receive dreams, but it's just that many people, they don't remember them. But if you intend to remember them, you will start to remember. Similarly, about the signs also, the synchronicities also in your life. If you have faith in the divine laws, that there is no injustice ever, that the law of karma will always prevail, that you are always in synchronicity with the divine will. When you live your life with divine laws, you have no complaints, you have no anger. You know that it is programmed, it's the best program you can have at this stage in life. Usually it's the human ego that feels that beautiful life program means that everything should be beautiful around us. Actually, it's not true. The life, the way it is for you, is the best for you right now. When I share about my life, I can also add here, like you also discovered that my grandparents were spiritual, my parents were spiritual also, teachers also, and I found, Santosh came in my life. So it may sound that, oh, for you, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were no deviations. But you know what? Such kind of a life program, of course, it is because of the beautiful karma also from our past lives and beautiful dharma that we have done in other lives also. It's true, but we need to understand and we need to respect when we have a life program like this. One of the reasons we have this kind of a life program, as I just shared, it's because God wants you to feel comfortable in different areas of your life so that your focus can be on dharma. You see, now that Santosh and I, we travel, for last 10 years, we travel, we share the teachings, we do programs. Imagine if I had difficulties, different types of difficulties in different areas of my life. Let's say financial difficulty, let's say in-laws difficulty, let's say I had couple difficulty. If I had 2, 3 difficulties, would I be able to focus? Would Santosh and I would be able to so happily focus in what we do? So God has created this synchronicity also, this program also for Santosh and I, but this obliges us to do what God wants us to do. This is a responsibility.
In fact, that also brings a beautiful point that we all have to go through this turbulence, this this frictions, and arrive at this alignment with whatever issues that we are facing in whatever relationship or problems that we face in our life. And when we have courageously willed that, then we come to a point to now start doing what our dharma is meant for.
Yes.
Right. So this is what,
like I share also with our, the students at UCCM, you cannot and you should not teach others what you have not transformed inside you. If you have your turbulent couple, you cannot guide another couple. If you have gone through difficulties with your in-laws and you continue to go through it, how can you guide the other people? You see, if you guide the other people while you have not transformed it inside you, you would only be transferring intellectual gyan. Your soul will not touch the soul in the other person. Healing, when we talk of cleansing, it's a very different aspect. To tell somebody to do what they should do is one thing, but to inspire them through your words is another thing. I may use the same words, another person may use exactly the same words and the same concept, but the way it will touch the third person will be different. And it is based on the transformations that you have done in your soul.
You transcended that and you have
Yes.
experienced it, you have transcended
You
it,
have
and
worked
now you
on
are
it.
ready.
Yes, yes, this is really important because if we don't go through that stage, Urviji, I can tell you that if we bypass this stage, we can still do spiritual work, but it will unconsciously, we will only be nourishing our ego. It will only be developing the spiritual ego, and we all need to be very careful about it.
That's a beautiful, beautiful revelation, Haritha ji. So I think now I would really want, because there are so many questions about life, but that can go on and on because you have a beautiful journey all through. But now let us come to the work that you are doing. So the work of, the demystifying dreams. So we now know that how your inner guidance helped you to reach where you are and what you are doing. So now if you can just let us know what is it that you are doing and how these dreams are important in our lives.
So when we realize that all that we live in the concrete reality first happens in the metaphysical world, then it becomes easier for us to believe in dreams. You see, the causal world that exists metaphysically and the world of consequences, this world of matter that we all live in. So everything, even this conversation that you and I are having right now, it has first taken place at the causal level. Okay? You may not remember it exactly like how it happened. It is unfolding to you right now. But you may have received few dreams since the time you decided to interview me till last night. You must have received several dreams, but they would be connoting, they would be connecting to what is happening now. Just that you don't know at the moment clearly because they need to be decoded. However, when we decode and decoding dreams mean decoding our ego. You see, dream profoundly means cleansing your ego. And more you cleanse your ego, more purer, more simpler you become. And then what you perceive in the dreams at one stage is not even so symbolic. It becomes so clear as a message. Symbolism also exists because you're not ready to see everything clearly. You see, like
Yes.
if I had to tell someone that, oh, you have angry personality, it will be too direct. This person is not yet ready. So this person will see dreams, this person will not see himself or herself as being angry. In the beginning, they will see more dreams of fire or high speed cars, or then in then another stage, they will see dreams where other people are angry, or they see, people who are supposed to be angry in their life. They will not see themselves angry.
The projection will happen.
Because ego will stop you.
Okay.
Ego will stop you to know who you are. So you continue to see yourself through other people. But one day you reach a stage when you are so open, you're so receptive, Urviji, you receive a dream and you see yourself in the light of your pluses, in the light of your minuses also, and it doesn't disturb you. It doesn't bother you. Rather, you feel thankful. Okay, thank you, God, for explaining to me that this problem I'm having. So this is why all that is happening now in your life, you have lived it in your dreams. You received certain dreams in your childhood that were actually indicating who you will become in future. What will be your life program? What kind of people you will meet, etc. So you lived those dreams in your childhood, and now they are becoming your reality. And the dreams that you receive now are about your future. There is nothing in the universe that happens directly in the physical reality, nothing. Everything first happens metaphysically at the causal level. So now imagine the importance of dreams, that what is your program? If you can understand your causal reality, you know your physical reality, that I am Harita, I have this life, that life, these issues, or these compliments. You know concretely, but you don't know much. Like they say, the conscious mind only 5% or 6%. If you ask this question to yourself, that do I really know myself? And if you're really honest with yourself, you would say, no, I don't know enough. But the next question should be, do I want to know myself enough? If you question yourself, do I want to know me? Then you will have to decode your dreams, because your dreams is all about your personality. The dream is all about what you think. The dream is all about how you feel. The dream is all about how your thinking, how your emotions combine together to make you act in a certain way in your life. The dream is all about the reasons explaining to you why you are attracting certain kind of people. What are they? What is their role for coming into your life? So the dream is all about you. इसीलिए हिंदी में स्वप्न कहते हैं ना उसको. स्वप्न is a Sanskrit word. All about me. सपने का मतलब ही यही है. It's all about me, who I am. And you want to know who you are, especially when you are spiritual. You have this quest to know who you are and what you are becoming, and also why you are who you are now. So you want to know your past, you want to understand your present, and you also want to know the consequences. That is your future. And dreams, when we decode them symbolically, we receive all this information. It may excite a very spiritual person. It excited me when I was introduced, symbolic language. It really excites us, because we all, as a spiritual being, we exist to know ourselves and transform ourselves. But the work that you do when you decode your dreams is very, very profound. Like I said, it is ego breaker. हम इंडिया में भी बात करते हैं ना, कि हम लोग कभी कभी अद्वैत की भी बात करते हैं. हम लोग बात करते हैं कि 22+1+1, हमारे अंदर के 22 तरह के डिस्टॉर्शन, फिर आत्मा, फिर परमात्मा, है ना. तो 22 के बाद जो आत्मा का जो स्तर जो आता है 23वें नंबर पे, जिसपे हम काम करते हैं ना, वो ड्रीम्स है. ड्रीम्स के द्वारा जब हम अहंकार पे जब हम कार्य करेंगे, वो जो 23rd एलिमेंट जो हम कह रहे हैं इनर जर्नी, तो जब हम उस पे काम करेंगे तभी आत्मा का परमात्मा से मिलन होगा. मेरा मिलन, मेरी आत्मा जो परमात्मा का ही अंश है, परंतु मिलन नहीं हो पा रहा है. वो क्यों? क्योंकि मेरी मिलन तो तभी हो सकता है ना जब आप परमात्मा जैसे बन जाओ. लाइक अट्रैक्ट्स लाइक, है ना. तो परमात्मा जो है वो तो क्वालिटीज है सारी. क्या मेरे अंदर सारी क्वालिटीज है, या मेरे अंदर कुछ विकृतियां हैं? जो मेरी विकृतियां हैं वही मेरे कर्म है. लेकिन मेरी वो विकृतियां हैं क्या जो मेरा आत्मा का मिलन परमात्मा से रोक रही है? उन विकृतियों का पूरा जो देखने के लिए, जो समझने के लिए हमें मिलता है ना उर्वी जी, इट इज इन ड्रीम्स. वी रिसीव इट इन आवर पास्ट रिग्रेशन ऑल्सो, वी रिसीव इट इन आवर meditation also. Everything is important. Our life is also bringing that information to us. However, when I speak about dreams, it's every night. You see, and ego happens to take the back seat. आप खुद थेरेपिस्ट हो, तो आई एम श्योर आप जानती हो कि ईगो इतनी स्ट्रांग होती है, और वो माइंड के साथ एक माइंड और ईगो का गेम इतना स्ट्रांग होता है कि एक रिग्रेशन सेशन में भी एक थेरेपिस्ट को पता चल जाता है कि ये ईगो मेकअप कर रही है या रियलिटी है ना. आप थेरेपिस्ट जितना विद एक्सपीरियंस वी रियलाइज इट कि जो हम रिग्रेशन भी कर रहे हैं ये वास्तविक मेमोरीज है, या ये ईगो है जो कंट्रोल कर रही है, या ईगो है जो इस व्यक्ति को विक्टिम मूड से बाहर ही नहीं निकलने दे रही है. इवन जब हम मेडिटेट भी करते हैं ना, तो आप मेडिटेशन में भी देखोगे, मैं आपको बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ ये कह रही हूँ, 8 में से 9 10 में से 8 विजन जो मेडिटेशन में लोगों को आते हैं वो कैमोफ्लेज्ड होते हैं, वो क्रिएटेड बाय ईगो होते हैं, वो इल्यूजन्स होते हैं. बहुत ही डीप मेडिटेशन चाहिए, बहुत ही समर्पित मेडिटेशन चाहिए, जिसमें जो मैंने कहा 2 लोग ऐसे हो सकते हैं जो वास्तव में अपने अंदर जाके अपनी विकृतियों को देख पाते हैं. क्योंकि अगर आपको अपनी मेडिटेशन में सिर्फ सुंदरता नजर आ रही है तो आप मेडिटेशन ठीक नहीं कर रहे हो. कोई व्यक्ति अगर मेडिटेट करता है तो उसका जीवन संघर्षपूर्ण होना चाहिए आगे चल के, क्योंकि आपके कर्म बाहर आएंगे ना। आप जब चैंटिंग करोगी, जब आप मेडिटेशन करोगी, तो आपके तो कर्म क्यों कार्य कर रहे हो ना। तो जब कर्मा जो बाहर निकलेंगे तो जीवन मुश्किल कैसे नहीं आएंगी, चैलेंजेस कैसे नहीं आएंगे, है ना।
Just
तो
that awareness will be there
है ना,
that it's
तो
happening.
मेडिटेशन में और सेशंस में फिर भी ईगो काफी कंट्रोल कर लेती है, लेकिन मुझे यही मेरे एक्सपीरियंस में मैंने सीखा कि ड्रीम्स में वो भी नहीं होता। ड्रीम में आप कंट्रोल कर ही नहीं सकते अपने ड्रीम को। तो अगर आपने किसी को मर्डर करते हुए देखा है खुद को ड्रीम में, और अगर आप मेडिटेशन में होते तो आप उसको नकारते, आपकी ईगो बोलती नहीं नहीं ये तुम नहीं हो,
ये तो कर ही नहीं सकते।
ये तुम नहीं हो, तुम तो बहुत अच्छी हो। लेकिन ड्रीम्स में ऐसा नहीं होता उर्वी जी, इसीलिए मैंने कहा ईगो ब्रेकर है ड्रीम। ड्रीम आपके अहंकार को तोड़ेगा कि मैं तो ऐसी हूँ या मैं तो वैसी हूँ। वो जब ड्रीम की सच्चाई, और जो लोग ड्रीम्स के साथ काम करते हैं वो आपको बता सकते हैं कि ड्रीम में एवरीथिंग इज यू। द फर्स्ट लेसन दैट यू लर्न व्हेन डिकोडिंग ड्रीम इज द लॉ ऑफ रेजोनेंस, एवरीथिंग इज यू। भले ही ड्रीम में आप सहिष्णुता से बैठे हुए थे, दूसरा व्यक्ति आके आपको परेशान कर रहा था, आपको अब्यूज कर रहा था, लेकिन ड्रीम डिकोडिंग का पहला, जिसको कहते हैं ना, उसूल ही यही है, जो अग्रेसर है वो आपको फॉरगेट अबाउट अपनी सहिष्णुता इन द ड्रीम में। यू आर दैट, वी नो दैट you are a beautiful person in your life, but when you decode the dream you give importance to the one who was abusing you. You right away go to the aggressor, because if you choose to see yourself in the dream as a victim, that's ego. That's the ego is creating an illusion that no no no, you are not like that. लेकिन ड्रीम जैसे इसका, इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि कभी भी हम अपने मेडिटेशन को डिकोड करें या हम अपने पास्ट लाइफ रिग्रेशन के एक्सपीरियंस को डिकोड करें, अगर हम वही रूल्स अप्लाई करें जो ड्रीम डिकोड करने के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, एवरीथिंग बिकम्स इवन मोर प्रोफाउंड। दिस इज व्हाई वी कॉल इट ड्रीम इंटेलिजेंस। और जैसे जैसे हम अपने ड्रीम्स पे, अपने अहम के ऊपर कार्य करते हैं, अपनी कार्मिक हीलिंग हम करते चले जाते हैं, तो एक दिन ऐसा आता है कि हम बियॉन्ड रेजोनेंस भी चले जाते हैं। क्योंकि यदि आपके अंदर कोई डिस्टॉर्शन नहीं है तो वो रेजोनेंस खत्म हो गई है आपकी, और धीरे धीरे करके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डिस्टॉर्शंस आप काम करते हो, आपके डिफरेंट, यू बिकम मोर हम्बल, यू बिकम मोर क्वालिटेटिव, यू आर नेवर एंग्री, यू आर नॉट स्टॉपिंग योरसेल्फ टू बी एंग्री, rather you don't feel angry at all. Immediately your compassion is there, you are able to understand the other person, and at the same time you are able to alchemize. There is a person in front of you who is angry, it could be your loved one, but nor are you disturbed, rather you have gone to another stage, you are alchemizing. In your presence that person's anger is naturally coming down and they're saying one day sorry to you. That explains that now you're going beyond your distortions. And when you start to reach such stages, then the dreams activate your wings, जिसको angel wings कहते हैं, and you become capable of helping other people, known or unknown, via your dream. You can go anywhere in your dream, as you know, and you can help people, you can help countries, you can help collective so much. You do your work in your day also, but in the day we have limitation of our body. I can go and be present only as much my body allows me, but there is no limitation, physical limitation in the dreams, and you continue to do your dharma through your dreams also. This is why I have found dream interpretation, dream intelligence, in my, if I can say, this tool should be integrated in whatever you do, whether you do Reiki, whether you do breath work, whatever you do. If you integrate dream intelligence, you reach another level. You start understanding whatever you are doing beyond the facade at more multidimensional level.
Yes. In fact, you have already summarized that how working on self happens through the dreams. Not just that it is a diagnostic, it helps us to know where are we and what is it that we need to look at within ourselves. And slowly it also brings in the therapeutic modalities where it's you can also know what is it that you can do to heal that. And as you cleanse yourself, and then you get this wings that you are saying. So this is how the course of USIM also kind of progresses. I know that, and we will go that in a while. But Haritha ji, more about these dreams, because not everybody, like, you know, we have therapists, but we also have homeopathic doctors. We also have people who are not into therapy, so they also want. I'm sure they would want to know about these dreams, that the way the symbolic languages happens in the dream. So if you can just spare around 5 minutes to just explain that how, you know, the symbols happens and what is the meaning of that, you know, in your concept ways, the way you wish to do it.
Yes, of course. And, you know, I always feel happy when it's a homeopathic doctor, because this is one field where they give importance to dreams. And it's so amazing, you know, knowing myself now, some of you, Dr. Preeti also, and it's amazing how you people, and, you know, you ask the patients to tell you the dreams, because it's true that the dream will reveal a lot of information, and you require symbolic language to understand that, because the way the universe is made up of 5 elements, the you know, the existence on earth, because there are more elements also, more than 5, but on earth we talk about these 5 elements, and rather 4 elements, and we all are also made up of that, and the dreams reveal also the elemental aspects. So for example, symbolically speaking, the when you see anything to do with earth element, anything which is solid, like a mountain, like a table, anything which in concrete reality is solid, you know, so it always indicates your earth element, world of action, how you act, how you do your work, you know, your lower chakra, the base chakra, if I can bring in the chakra wisdom. So if you see a person climbing on a mountain, it means this person in the physical reality has a lot of motivation, lot of energy, lot of courage to do his work. So if I'm an HR manager, and if I interview and they tell me, oh, I received these dreams, I know this person has a great motivation, and this person is ready to accept challenges. Because when you climb on a mountain, it indicates capacity to go beyond, you know, your you know, you exert so much of energy to climb. So this gives and when you rise, then you also go up. So it also gives a notation that you know, that this person is not only capable of doing a hard work, but also will become eventually capable of seeing everything globally like a leader. So if your child receives such a dream, it is explaining that you can help this child to develop great leadership qualities. It's inherent. And if the person is afraid of looking down from the mountain, then you need to help this person, because it would mean this person is capable of thinking great, seeing everything globally, but has no determination or courage, or rather has fears to implement. That's the first thing you realize. Then we talk about second element, water. Always water symbolizes emotions. And I know many people receive dreams, you know, about overflowing water, flood, etc. So, and some people will receive calm water also. It's a trait of your personality. It means you are emotionally balanced if it's positive. But if it's floods, etc., you know, this person is very emotional, extra emotional. Emotional overspills will be there, emotional dependencies will be there. And you know, if you are a young person, and you are dating somebody, and the other person tells you, I'm always receiving water dreams like this, it's a sign for you, this person can be possessive about you see, because emotions are not yet balanced, which does not mean that you don't go ahead with this person. You can still go ahead because you resonate, but you know that the person I'm going to be with is going to be very emotional. Okay, and I'm sure homeopathy doctors, they take these clues because they have certain medicines when they know too much water, etc. Similarly, when we talk about fire, we are talking about spirit. We are talking about motivation, energy. So if you see a lot of fire in your dream in a positive manner, like a beautiful shining sun or a candle, or you are soaking yourself in beautiful sunlight, this is positive. But some people receive havoc created by fire, fire in the forest, or fire that is burning you. So it explains to us that if it is positive, it means this person will have a beautiful charisma, good energy to be with people, good energy to do work, because third chakra also, good utilization of the power of energy. But if it is negative, it means this person will have a lot of aggression, lot of anger also could be there, and too much energy, so much energy that it burns you. So these persons, if you talk to them, you can ask, they will tell you they have a burnout at work. So you can verify. Similarly, we have air element, which always symbolizes thoughts. So anything to do with air, like aeroplanes, kite, air, etc. Anything to do with air explains to us way of thinking. What are we processing, or what kind of way of thinking we have? Some people, let's say, they talk about they were in a plane and it crashed in their dream. It does not mean that your plane is going to crash, actually. It means that your thoughts are not balanced. So it's like a flight takes off and then takes its journey to land. So when we see a flight taking off, it means this, we are now ready to conceptualize an idea, because the flight is going in the air. So it's a beginning, conceptualization of an idea. If you see yourself in the flight, in the dream, it means what you are thinking these days, whatever you are conceptualizing these days, you are doing it well, because the flight is smooth. But if you see it crashing, it means your ideas are going to crash. There is some problem in the way you are conceptualizing, or something is not right. So you may be thinking about a project, but your dream has explained to you that something is not right. Better you find out what is not right, else it's going to crash. Your project is not going to materialize because the flight did not land, it crashed. So, and similarly, this is how so I've just given you the basics, some basic symbols, but in the dream, everything is symbolic. Everything that you talk about is a symbol. A tree is a symbol. You see an angel, that's a symbol. You see a person, you see your sister in your dream, that's a symbol. That you're not visiting your sister, actually. You're visiting part of your personality as to how you perceive your sister. So if you see your sister crying in the dream, so it's a feminine principle, your feminine principle. It means you're going to be emotionally sad in the coming days. But why are you going to be sad in the coming days? Because you will be behaving like your sister. You see, just the sister who is crying in the dream is explaining to you that you are going to be emotionally in a turmoil, but it is also explaining you the cause. Because your personality, the way you interact, the way you do your things is not going to be like Urvi. You're going to become symbolically speaking, you are going to be your sister in the energy. And because you will be behaving whatever her minuses represents to you, because you will be dealing things in your life like your sister, and it is going to lead you to cry. But if your sister was happy, it means you're going to be happy and you're going to be more in the pluses of what your sister represents. Of course, we can receive dreams about other people also, but there will be certain other ideas, certain other clues, certain other things in the dream that will explain to us that if the dream was about myself or the dream was about the other person. And even if we know that this dream is about the other person, still we are not entitled to go and tell that person that, look, I received your dream about you. Unless there was a sign in that dream, unless there was a symbol in the dream that you need to go to your sister and tell her. Unless it is only for your knowledge, it's only for you to know something, to learn something. So it's a huge path in itself.
Yeah, it's an ocean.
It's an
It's
ocean.
an ocean. Right. So, yeah, I mean, as you're rightly saying, it's like an ocean, like there are so many, like we've spent so many years to reach and understand these languages. And yeah, it's like, so thank you so much. I guess we can just go on and on. So I just want to know from the participants, because we have already crossed our timeline. So if you are okay, and if we have some time, Harita ji, you also, then we can take question answers if it is okay for all of us. If I can have some indications from the people, then Is it okay? Yeah.
Yeah, we can have
Yeah,
a few more minutes. No problem.
yes, all right. So we can just have them raise their hands, but I am seeing some questions which has come up in the chat, so I'll just kind of ask them. So first question which has come is like, so the victim culprit in any dream is me, then who and what are the other characters in my dream? How do we look at them, or how do we perceive them? That's
All
the
of them,
question.
like I said, is you only. If in your dream you see your brother, sister, mother, father, it's all you. This is why when we decode dreams, right now, because you don't know the how to decode dreams, so I've explained to you a symbol, but eventually we make a symbolic equation also. Father plus brother plus mother plus sister and plus what they were doing, it will bring about the meaning of the dream. So you can, at this juncture, you can understand that different people in your dream are sharing with you different percentages of your own personality. So for example, you see that there is a man who is hitting you and there is a woman who is stopping him to do that. So what is the meaning of this dream? In this dream, you are you, of course, the man who hits you is also you, but the savior is also you. So it is this, the meaning of this dream would be that there are energies in you where you self-sabotage. You become attacking on yourself. You have percentages, you have this tendency where you can be very rough, very tough with yourself, but there is also a part of you that when you start to become tough with yourself, then there is a spark in you, an emotion in you that tells you don't do it, because the woman that was stopping the man is also you see. So the meaning of this dream is that yes, there are traits in you to be aggressive with yourself, but there is also emotional wisdom in you to stop doing that. So how will this dream manifest? Firstly, it will manifest at your level. You need to contemplate that, okay, I become tough with myself. For example, when I'm not happy with myself, I didn't get the results as I wanted, then you don't physically beat yourself, you become angry with yourself. There are people who become very angry, very judgmental, very criticizing about themselves, I'm no good, I'm a failure, So when you start to think like this, I'm a failure, I'm no good, that's the man hitting you. That's your personality. You're hitting yourself. But then suddenly you realize, no, how much, but sometimes I'm good also. I don't have to think like this. Dr. Newton told me that I should not be tough with myself. So that's the woman part in you. Okay? So you have all these personalities in you. But at the same time, this program will also manifest in a way which you need to be more aware about, that when people are not right, you may be very attacking, because the man is you. So there is another angle to it. So you have to be careful that even though you are nice, even though you don't feel that I am very tough with people, but people do feel with you that you are a tough person. It's just that they don't tell it on your face. That's the meaning. So if you see someone hitting you, it means that you need to be more aware about your energy, because for sure there are people in your life who are not saying it on your face that you are tough, but you are. And then when you want, okay, I've understood this much dream, I want to go more deeper and I want to know, you can say, okay, I understand this meaning, but I would like to know more what areas of my life, which people I am like this, what are the scenarios I am like that with myself. Then that night you ask again, thank you up above for sending me this dream. I want to go more deeper. So it's, the universe is really a teacher. It's a classroom. It's just that you have to be a student. You ask, you give, you receive the answer. Don't stop at the first chapter. So you see a man hitting, don't stop at that. The next night, ask more. Please explain up above, please explain this more to me. The scenarios this happens, then you will receive more dreams. And then this dream you understand. And then another quest comes in your picture, in your mind. That, okay, I understand this, but now up above, please guide me. How can I transform myself? That will also come in your dream. So it should be, it's like, this is why we dream every night and we decode them every day. And we keep transforming each day And we keep having this conversation with the cosmic intelligence each night. That's how we work on ourselves.
Well, I'm sure you've received the answer to your question. The next question that is come is, could you please tell about seeing many people in dreams first, second, fast speed, third, falling in dreams and waking up due to that feeling, that we kind of startle and yes. So these are the three
So
questions.
first,
that
I
we
have
see.
already explained many
Yeah.
people in the dream, high-speed car or high-speed vehicle in the dream. It means you are advancing too fast. You have hurry actually. So you in your personality or at your work, whatever you do, it is showing you are in a hurry. You are speeding too fast. But if this high speed car is there and it's reaching its destination without any problem, it's okay. It means you have a lot of energy and you will reach where you want to be. But if the car is crashing, that it means that you have to balance. You're going too fast and it's not going to result in the direction you want. And third point was
falling in dreams and waking up due to that feeling.
yeah, falling in dream, these are the memories, in every dream we visit our past also. We visit our memories. So, of course, in the concrete reality, this person can have a fear of falling in the eyes of other people, very questioning own self, yeah, metamorphically and questioning own self-esteem in that sense also. And but if we link it with the memories, the kind of memories, it means in the past lives, you had reached certain success, certain place in your life, but you fell. So you failed. So there is a fear now in this life to fail. So this is indicating a fear in the person of failing, of not being successful. There is a fear in the mind that whatever I do, I'm not going to be successful. I'm going to be experiencing, after all, a fall, as they say, in life. So it's a fear, and you should question more where this fear is coming from and work on it. And you wake up from it because you have to wake up to work on it.
The next question that we have is, I think you've already answered, what are the significance of seeing your family members too often in your dreams? Okay, so next is seeing animals in
I will
dreams.
just, Urvi ji, I will
Yes.
just add here, क्योंकि family से specific था. It
Oh,
also,
fine, yeah.
so I don't know the dream, but I'm generalizing it. It also means that there are reconciliations to be done in your family. You are escaping, either you are escaping or something is remaining. Also, it also indicates that if it is too often. So there are, like, we have various levels of memories, personal memories, and we also have biological, unconscious. But there is a level of family memories. हिंदी में हम उसको पितृ वो भी कहते हैं ना, पितृ memories, ancestral memories हम उसको कहते हैं ना. So it is an indication that there is things that you need to reconcile, you need to balance at the level of family. Reconciliation.
Thank you. Next question is animals in the dreams.
Animals are beautiful teachers, beautiful symbols, and animals indicate the health, the state of our lower chakras. So, and it indicates our vital energy, our instincts also. So if you see beautiful animals in the right place, then it means that you have a lot of energy in you to do great things, physically speaking. Great, because they come from lower chakras. But if you see weak animals in the dream, it indicates health problems which may be upcoming. Weak animals mean weak vital energy, low vitamins in a way, we can say, and less instinctual energy, less vital energy in a person.
So the next question is seeing deaths in the dreams. What does that signify?
So again, this is a huge lecture that I can give in itself, but just to give you a two-liner. Seeing death in the dream, first of all, explains to us that we are yet to understand the true meaning of death. Mostly, especially in India, people know the meaning of death, but it's only intellectual. We know what it is, but we don't feel it. We are not able to handle this idea of death when it happens to someone, or when we think about the concept of death about ourselves. So seeing the death dream, it means that you need to truly work on this concept of death, which is actually that we never die. We all continue. It's just one clothes जिसको कहते हैं हम बदलते हैं और दूसरी जर्नी में चले जाते हैं. So it also indicates a lot of attachment to the physicality. You know, the reason we are afraid of dying is also because we are too attached to whatever physically is there in our life. So you need to develop more detachment also. You do your responsibility, but to bring in more detachment. And when you see a particular person dying in the dream, if it's a positive dream, it means you have deepened the qualities they represent to you, or you have transcended the minuses that they represent to you. If in the dream you were okay with the death, a guide was coming to accompany them, you were also blessing them, then this is what it means. But if it's a negative dream, you are sad, you are upset, it means you are yet to transcend the negatives that this symbol represents to you. Sometimes it can be a premonitory dream also, but I'm not touching that right now. You know, sometimes people say that I saw a death of someone, it happened. Yes, we do receive premonitory dreams, but like I always say, there is still no coincidence that you receive a dream about that person. One, it is preparing you to handle when it happens. It does not mean you have to go and tell them. And secondly, which is very important, is what I just said, that you are yet to transcend the minuses of that person that represents to you, even if it happens in the coming times in the concrete reality.
There is a resonance, so that's why you're
Resonance
seeing.
is there.
Right. Okay, so the next question is, what is the significance of lots of food and lots of people in the dream? Food and people.
Yeah, like I said, that to decode very profoundly the dream, we need to know the dream. But okay, we can talk about symbol. So food symbol, what does it mean? Okay, so we can see a lot of food in their dream. It can be positive also, because we could see that bhandara kar rahe hain hum, है ना, खिला रहे हैं लोगों को. So it shows you feel abundant inside you. You are ready to share. If food is about nourishing ourselves, so you are capable of nourishing other people emotionally. Food connects to our emotions. Okay, so it's the emotional nourishment. So it can be positive dream also. But in the dream, when it becomes negative, like you see you are eating a lot, or you are feeling greedy to eat something, and you're always seeing yourself eating and eating. So it means it shows that you have emotional blocks, but you are compensating for them via food. So food has become a replacement for happiness. Food has become a replacement for joy. So food can have a lot of meaning in that sense, in the dream. And other than food, the other symbol you said, Urvi?
Lots of people. I guess you've already
Lots
answered
of people,
that.
yes.
Yeah. I guess we'll just take one or two more questions. And so another thing, which is also a good question. So I don't remember what happens if you don't remember anything about the dream, but have thoughts, which is giving some signals how to decode that.
Some thoughts, you mean?
So you have thoughts, not the dreams. So how to decode the thoughts?
Yes.
I think it answers its own self. But yes, you can please.
Yes. Because like I said, everything is symbolic.
Yeah.
If someone is very calm and nice, I'll give you a very intense example.
But in short, before, so there is a possibility that when there are some people who don't remember their dreams, but they have thoughts, and that thoughts is also a dream.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Everything is to be decoded symbolically. Right. So, like for example, some people have thoughts, intense thoughts. We call them, interferences in a way. So, and it can be so intense for some people that even when they meet someone who they respect, but in their mind they're seeing them naked. So this is thought. It's not a dream, and it's your thought, but it is symbolic in nature. So every thought also need to be decoded exactly as we decode a dream. So what were you thinking? You write down, because in your thought will also be symbols. You were thinking about someone, or you were thinking of preparing something. So decode it exactly in the similar fashion.
Right. Okay. So the question is, what if you don't remember anything about the dream? Achha, that we wrote it down. There is a question that I also had. So, in India, like there are many cultures that, they say to their children, it's not good to see the dreams. And then they, they want them to not see the dreams. So they ask them to do something like put something in the pillow. And how would you what is your guidance on this? Because I'm sure there are people who belong to that family over here.
Yes.
What would be your guidance?
See, it comes from protection nature. Parents want to protect their children. But actually, the dreams, see, it also depends on the age, firstly. You know, like if your child is 2 years old or 3 years old and they are receiving dreams and dreams and dreams, you know, they are not able to sleep. I understand that. Because at that age, of course, they are more vulnerable and protection has its own importance. I understand that when people will do something with the pillow, etc. But then when the children are little older, you know, 6 years, 4 years, 5 years, you know, and they are receiving nightmares, and if you reject them, you're actually abandoning their future. Because the dream that they are receiving, I can give you so many examples. Your child may be going through a physical abuse in the surroundings. They are not able to tell you. And the dreams are coming, and you're not listening to, child is not anyway sharing with you, and nor are you ready to listen to their dreams. You would not know what is happening in their life. There are so many examples. The child is going through some trauma at school, but he does not understand why it is happening. You know, children are children, and they don't know how to express or how much to tell the parents. And maybe they are trying to tell you, but you have no time. You know, you say, please don't tell me, you talk to your teachers only, and you don't listen to them. And then they come with they wake up at night with a dream, which is nightmare. It means something they have repressed for a very long time. Now they are not able to handle it. And still you are asking them to abandon it. It will become a sickness. It will manifest as a health problem, mental problem for them. And like I said, the dreams are indicating their future also. And if the dream is negative, then you can help your child right now to correct their concepts so that the dream only becomes a probability and they don't have to go through a difficult future life. This is very important. We as an adult have gone through our own challenges, like I said. But you know, if we have a child, they're already receiving the dreams about the program of their life already. And if you start to help them basis that information, you will diffuse the problems of future. If your child is receiving dreams all the time of drowning in water, you already know your child is very emotional. And if a child is very emotional, when they grow up, they will be cheated emotionally. They will be taken advantage of emotionally. They wouldn't have good EQ. You know that already. So since the child shared the dream with you, why don't you right away put your child in a EQ class? Why don't you right away start talking to them about their emotional problems? Why don't you start helping your child becoming less emotional and more practical? But you wouldn't know it if you didn't listen to their dream.
Yes. So there is a time where we should encourage them and we should understand what is it that is coming through them and why it is happening to them, to be available.
And just to you know, Urvi, I want to add one thing. The day you decode the dream for your child, if it was a nightmare, you decode it, you explain what is to be done, it doesn't come back also. You see, sometimes the dream can be very intense, but the reason it is coming could be small. Sometimes the dream is receiving intense dream, but the reason is that the person is child is getting abused by someone. You just need to remove that person, and this nightmare is over.
Yes. Yes. Right. And another question is, like, sometimes you meet a dead family member coming back and you are having conversation with them. So what does that mean? And that's
Yes.
also a very common dream.
Yes. So when someone departs, and I have seen in India, people are really sensitive. So someone, when they depart, yes, it's true, they visit us. You know, we all know that. But usually it's first year, second year, 2 years that they can come back and communicate with you because they're still in the interim realms. They have not yet taken birth. But most of the time, you know, you have to be very careful when decoding these dreams. There will be many things to confirm to you if it's really them or it's an angel who has taken their form to talk to you. Because sometimes you may have been attached to someone and you're really missing them. You're not able to live your life properly, and you see the departed one. It may not be them. It's just your guide who has taken their form to feel more comfortable and to feel more calm. That really happens a lot. And then in other cases, when it is beyond 2 years, and the dead people are, you see the dead people symbol in your dream, it's all about the resonance that you have. If you continue to see your dead uncle for many years, it means you have not transcended the minuses, what he represents to you in your reality. You are becoming the uncle. He has moved on, but now you have become the uncle because you behave the same way.
Yes.
Hmm.
Right. I think,
Urviji,
yes.
can you take Rachna's
Yeah.
question? She has
Yeah, I
given-
was doing that only. Thank you,
and
Shruti.
that could be the last one. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So now I think we have many messages, but we will just stop with Rachna ji's. She has raised hand. So Rachna ji, please, if you can just unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you so much, Urvi ma'am and Harita ma'am. I am glad to hear all dreams and all. I'm very happy and I learn more about this. And जैसे आपने बोला हरिता मैम के ज्यादा पानी का जो सपना आता है हम लोग को सपना आता है, सो मुझे ज्यादा पानी का सपना आता है. वाटर मीन्स समटाइम्स मैं बीच समुंदर में अटकी पड़ी हूँ या कोई ऐसा बहाव आके मुझे उठा के लेके चला गया. एंड समटाइम्स ऐसे ड्रीम्स आते हैं जैसे आफ्टर समटाइम्स वो रियलिटी में चेंज हो जाता है. लाइक जैसे अभी आपने बोला कि अंकल का डेथ, वैसे मैंने भी मेरा मामा का डेथ देखा था और आफ्टर समटाइम्स दैट रियलिटी कम्स आउट. और मेरी लाइफ में भी ऐसे काफी सारे ऐसे आए हैं कि जो मुझे सपने आते हैं और वो रियलिटी में चेंज हो जाते हैं. इट्स इल्यूजन, लाइक आप जैसे अभी बोल रहे थे हरिता. तो समटाइम्स मैं उससे डर जाती हूँ कि इतनी खराब सपने कभी शायद बने ना. सो मैं जाके बोल देती हूँ कभी कभी किसी को कि ऐसा ना हो तो अच्छा हो करके. एवरी टाइम आई एम लाइफ फियर में जाती है, मैं क्या करूँ करके. सो आई एम हेल्पलेस लाइक दैट.
The reason you feel helpless, the reason you think कि ऐसा ना हो, is because you are in the water, because you are very emotional. When we are very emotional, तो पानी का जो नेचर है वो चिपकाने का नेचर है. हमें चिपकाता है लोगों से, हमें डिपेंडेंसीज क्रिएट करता है, अटैचमेंट्स क्रिएट करता है. तो आप जैसे आपने बताया कि ज्यादातर आपको पानी का ड्रीम आता है ना, इसका मतलब बहुत इमोशंस हैं आपके अंदर. तो आपको अपने इमोशंस को हील करना है, आपको अपने इमोशंस को बैलेंस करना है. और उसका सबसे पहला स्टेप तो आध्यात्म ही है. दैट एवरीथिंग इज impermanent. Everything happens because of karma. Everything is preordained. There is no injustice in the universe. Death of the physical body is a reality, but the truth is that we never die. So you can repeat what I just said. Repeat them like a mantra. Remind yourself more and more. क्योंकि पानी को कैसे हटाएंगे? विजडम से हटाएंगे हम. तो हमें पता चल गया कि हम बहुत इमोशनल हैं, लेकिन हमें ये भी तो पता चल गया कि हमें इतना इमोशनल नहीं होना है. हमें उतना इमोशंस खराब नहीं होते, नेगेटिव चीज नहीं है. हम ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं, तो ह्यूमन इमोशंस के नाते हमारे अंदर दूसरों के प्रति प्रेम आता है, कंपैशन आता है. अगर मेरे अंदर वाटर एलिमेंट ना हो तो मेरे अंदर ये भावना कहाँ से आएगी कि मैं आप लोगों से बात करूं? कैसे आएगी? इमोशंस तो होने जरूरी है ना. ठीक है, अगर मैं इतनी ड्राई हो जाऊं और मैं जो आपको कह रही हूँ आपको लगेगा ये तो बस कहने के लिए कह रही है. आपको वो भी महसूस होगा अगर मेरा वाटर अगर इनसाइड ठीक ना हो तो. ठीक है, तो वाटर तो जरूरी है, लेकिन ज्यादा वाटर होने का मतलब है कि हम इमोशनली दूसरों पे डिपेंड हो गए. यानी कि मैं तभी खुश होंगी जब वो व्यक्ति मेरे जीवन में होगा, मैं तभी खुश होंगी जब वो मेरे प्रति ऐसे करेगा, या मैं तब वो खुश तभी होंगी जब वो परफेक्ट होगा. तो इसको
So
कहते
my
हैं,
expectation is
इसको
more, right?
एक्सपेक्टेशंस आ जाती हैं और इसको हम कहते हैं इमोशनल डिपेंडेंसी. आप निर्भर, खुशियों के लिए आप निर्भर हो गए दूसरों पे. हालांकि स्पिरिचुअली आप जानती हो कि खुशी तो अपनी खुशी, हैप्पीनेस इज अ स्टेट ऑफ माइंड. वी कैन बी हैप्पी ऑल द टाइम, है ना. हम हमेशा खुश रह सकते हैं. ठीक है, लेकिन क्योंकि हम खुशियां बाहर जब ढूंढने लगते हैं ना, तो हम खुशी एक मृत तृष्णा क्रिएट कर लेते हैं. हम भटकते रहते हैं, हमें मिलती नहीं है. तो वो बार बार पानी के ड्रीम आ रहे हैं, वो आपको कंफर्म कर रहा है, रिमाइंड कर रहा है कि आप ऐसे नहीं बनो. दूसरों के बारे में जब ड्रीम्स आते हैं कि उनकी डेथ हो गई और हो भी जाती है, उसका भी आपके इमोशन से ही लिंक है. क्योंकि जब आपको ड्रीम आ गया कि किसी की डेथ होने वाली है, तो यू हैव लिव्ड दिस एक्सपीरियंस इन योर ड्रीम. So when it happens in the concrete reality, the impact will be less because it will not be sudden. For you, seeing the death dream is also part of preparing yourself emotionally. Because you're so emotional that if something happens like this, you will be very torn, but God loves you. So they send you a dream to prepare you. So you live that experience twice. First in the dream, it's like mentally you're already prepared. And when it happens in the reality, impact is there, but not as much. So you have been cushioned. A cushioning has been done for you. So work on your emotions.
That only I can't do. I don't know how
I
to
guess
control.
we have to, yeah. Rachna ji, we will come back because
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah,
yes,
but thank you so
no
much.
problem. Thank you, Rachna ji. Harita ji, last raised hand, is it okay if we just take?
I'm fine, Urvi ji. Absolutely, I'm happy. Yeah.
So yes, Kanjal, please unmute yourself.
Hello, namaste. First of all, I'm glad to be here. It's like an eye-opener to me. And my questions are many, but yes, the time is less. So I'm choosing actually. So yes, I see a few places with my cousins, especially my aunt, who is always there with me in such temples. Mostly they are weird temples which are not in real, but they are. तो वो बार बार वही टेम्पल आते हैं और मोस्टली वही वही लोग मुझे सपने में आते हैं, तो उसका मतलब क्या हो सकता है?
तो इफ आई अंडरस्टूड करेक्टली, आपने बोला कि सपने में ड्रीम आता में टेम्पल आता है, उसमें एक पर्टिकुलर आंटी होती हैं आपके साथ और कुछ लोग होते हैं, और ये ड्रीम में जो टेम्पल दिखता है वो आपको नहीं मालूम कि रियलिटी में एग्जिस्ट करता है कि नहीं.
Yes, yes.
So how do you feel in the dream when you see it? You are happy or you are burdened?
No, I'm happy, but when I wake up, I'm like eagerly wanting to search for it. लेकिन कहीं है ही नहीं, दिखता नहीं है.
See, the temple is also a symbol actually. Okay, so the first temple, you know, which is the first temple? Our own body. You know, the temple, the first temple, and we all live in a temple, just that we don't realize. And sometimes we don't even treat this temple well. We even let other people abuse sometimes this temple. You see, so temple is about going more deeper into the temple. You know, what do we do on the plus side when we go in a temple? It's a place of submission. मंदिर में जाके आपके अंदर कितना भी अहंकार हो, मैं ये हूँ, मैं वो हूँ, पर जब व्यक्ति मंदिर में जाता है तो क्या उसको लगता है नहीं, मुझसे ऊपर भी कोई ताकत है, हम जिसको भगवान का नाम कहते हैं, है ना, कि नहीं मुझसे भी ऊपर कोई है. जो अहंकारी व्यक्ति होगा वो तो मंदिर में नहीं जाएगा, वो बोलेगा क्या भगवान होता है, हम सभी कुछ मैं ही हूँ, राइट. अहंकार ऐसा रोकेगा. तो टेम्पल में जाने का अर्थ है रेडीनेस फॉर सबमिशन, बोइंग डाउन द डिवाइन लॉज. आज के सेशन में मैंने कई बार काफी सारे डिवाइन लॉज की जैसे बात की. तो मंदिर में जाने का अर्थ ही ये है कि हम ईश्वर के आगे समर्पित होने का निश्चय करते हैं कि ईश्वर आपकी जो इच्छा है वो ही मेरी इच्छा बन जाए. हम जब मंदिर में जाते हैं ना, हमारी प्रेयर ये होनी चाहिए, ईश्वर जो आपकी इच्छा है वही मेरी इच्छा बन जाए. प्रॉब्लम्स वहां से होती हैं जब हमारी इच्छा कुछ और होती है और ईश्वर की इच्छा कुछ और होती है. यू अंडरस्टैंड. तो भगवान तो चाहते हैं तुम वहां जाओ, पर तुम नहीं मुझे तो वहां जाना है. तो भगवान कहते हैं अच्छा बेटा वहां चले जाओ, भटकने के बाद आना तो इधर ही पड़ेगा. जैसे, तो दैट्स कॉल्ड फ्री विल. So there is a divine will and there is a free will. What do you want to follow? I would follow divine will, Kinjal. Okay, so that's my free will to follow the divine will. So seeing the temple in the dream is indicating, since you were happy in the dream, it means you are a very interiorized person. You know, you're very, it's coming from your other lives. You respect sacredness. And if you know this auntie, you can contemplate on her, what are her qualities, because a woman, any woman in the dream represents part of our femininity, our feminine principle. So if this dream is beautiful, auntie is beautiful in the dream, it means you need to inscribe more the qualities of this auntie in your inner temple to become a beautiful woman that you already are, to enhance that and have more submission to the divine will. Whenever there is a problem in your life, whenever you have to take a decision, before you go to sleep, ask up above, chant or whatever, you know, but you intend, God, tell me what's your will. What should I do? What do you want me to do? Even if it is to say yes for marriage, ask God, do you want me to say yes to him? Do you think he's the right person for me? What's your will, God? If the God says yes, marry him, go ahead. If the God says no, he's not the right person for you, and you had been with this person for 5 years, follow the divine will. Okay? Everything is possible through dream intelligence. Thank you, Kinjan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As we already know that it's an ocean and it's a never ending. It's so much to this. So yes, I have put on the chat what are the other possibilities if you want to connect with the team, with Haritha ji or the team. Then there are seminars coming up in India. Kaya and Christian is going to be in India visiting. So Shruti ji has already put up the information about that. We've already put up the information about the UCM website. If we want to go and decode any of our dream, then there is a possibility to go on the website, and there are programs where we can connect with them, and they, we share the dream. E-guide is there, right? E-dream, something Shruti was saying, that is possible. There is 3 months program is coming up where, we send 6 dreams, and then we will be send materials, and there will be we will have a guide appointed from the UCM team who will help us to decode our dreams. So there are many possibilities, and I have put all the information over here, and I will also put in the broadcast list where we all are the parts, so that you all have handy information available. So if you want to go ahead and have queries about your dreams, you can connect with the right people and have a beautiful journey of this for yourself. So I think it's time to end over here, and I just want to share one thing, that it's what we understand, what is our takeaway is that it's a deep science, it's an ocean, but it is also a science which helps us to go in our own inner path, in our own inner cleaning, and for very reason we are here on the planet Earth. It's not just diagnostic, it is also therapeutic. If we have a right guidance, we can do that. And it helps us to work on our ego, because that is the only thing that we have to work on in our life. We don't know how unconsciously it keeps working in whatever ways. So this is what dream means for us. And we have beautiful science available now, where we are no more in darkness. We have people who can help us and guide us. And we are also talking about the synchronicities, that how life puts us back on our track, and we have to understand that. In fact, starting this show also was shown to me, and I in my deep meditation, that okay, this is what you should be facilitating, and I just, of course, contemplating on that, and give some time and let that voice be more stronger, and then gather the courage, because it's, as you rightly said that it's about you have shown everything, but now you have to have the courage and will, because what it requires is trust and surrender. Because once you walk the path of aligned with your inner life, aligned with your life path, guided by your inner voices and in synchronicities, all that you have to do is then jump into it. It's an unknown territory. You just have to jump, trusting that okay, everything is going to be fine, and then the journey is no more about success and failure. It's just about you have to facilitate it, and it's going to benefit others. So I humbly surrender this to the inner guidance that I've received this show entirely, and I'm really thankful to you, Haritha ji, for being so kind and be available to all of us for such a long time from your busy schedule. I'm thankful to all our audience to be so open and so enthusiastic to put their questions and be listening and be available all this while. And yes, there are many questions that we have not answered. Shruti ji has also put the information about the numbers that you can connect with on the chat, and there are possibilities to connect with them. So at this, I would like to end over here. It's a beginning. Thank you for being the part of the first episode of the LifeSpace, and we have more people coming up, more interesting, beautiful people who have not just been helping others to transform their lives, they have gone through their journey. They are walking the path themselves. They are walking their talks. So I'll announce the next show and the next date. But till then, thank you so much. Thank you, Haritha ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Urvi. Thank you for your humility. Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti ji, for handling this session for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Urvi.
Bye. Bye, everybody.